morning, good morning. It's still morning. We are Highway 40 east side of Rabbit Ears Pass, fixing to go up and over. It's like a pretty steady snowfall. Just got to keep it on the asphalt. That center washboard helps out a lot. I don't know if there's one on the shoulder. Let's see. I'll check. It's scary. You don't want to go too close. Pull you off. This axle. Hill coming up, so we'll keep our momentum rolling. The scary part, we are on the edge because that drops down. Those guys are all pulling in to get back over here. There's the median is right over here. See the delineator there. Get up here into the 4-lane section. Got 26 degrees. AM. The tunnel cleared up. When I got to Granby, I checked, and they were flowing. Like earlier, I was headed I-70 when it was snowing pretty good. It got purple there at the tunnel, so I opted to go over Barefoot Pass. That's what the other video is. And once I got to Granby, it did clear up. But we were already committed. We're going to make sure we get through. Might take us a little longer, but keep the wheels spinning. We are close to Rabbit Ears Pass. I think there's a smaller one. It's not Milner. Forget the name of it. It's been a while since I've been over here. But it's a highway. I think it's 14. Yeah, 14 takes you over to Malden, Colorado. Keep on going, work your way over to Laramie and Elk Mountain, places like that. wiper blades get built up a little bit. Try to clear it off. The biggest thing up here with this stuff is being able to see. Snowmobiles up the mountain. It was too good to be true. We got cars coming up. Muddy Pass, that's what I was thinking about. See, so here's what lies the problem. You know, they're going all the way to Steamboat. Thought about going over the Gore Range, Gore Pass, just because I figured it'd be less traveled. But I opted for the ears. Should be 14 coming up here. Oh, they're turning off. One of them is. Well, we're going to go around you guys. This guy here is coming in on the inside, taking all the lanes. Get back over there. Keep right except to pass. Do you see that? Winter driving conditions. Are you guys stopping? Oh no, it's everybody's stopping. It's probably just one person jacking everything up. Bad enough to deal with this pass in the wintertime, but then to deal with a bunch of people as well, just kind of makes it a lot worse. Do get the best snow up here. They got a lot of snow up here. Worried about passing here with State Trooper here. Suggest not doing it just because. Doesn't know. Don't need to give them a reason, even though there might not be any reason, but still. Hey, visibility's all this, and now you shouldn't be passing. Well, it's an open lane. I don't care. Just don't deal with it. At least they're going at an okay clip. He's going for it. Legal to do it. Is that truck? That guy's stuck there or what? This is rabbit ears in all its glory. You guys don't be going too slow. Come on. There's a car up there holding everybody up. It was way too slow. They need to pull over. They shouldn't even be up here if they're that scared. Keep right except to pass. Away from that person. Don't know how long this lasts. Truck, don't do it. I'm coming up on you. You can do it after me, just not before me. Dude needs to pull over. This one was on a big old hurry. Why don't you keep on rolling? Keep on trucking. Come on. Wish you could see the headlights. I should put my high beams on. Yep, this is when rabbit ears is fun. I've been up here before in it like this. That wind, look at that wind's whipping pretty good. And I looked at the direction of it last night and this morning. They knew it'd be a headwind for the most part. That state trooper's got his work cut out for him up here. Dealing with the people up here all the time. Got a state trooper right there. Don't be hitting your brakes. Thought he was going to come after me for not having chains. He's still sitting there. I think he figured if he made it up here, he knows what the heck he's doing. course, you don't need chains up on top. Just need them for climbing. But I'm not sure if chain laws are up. I think they are, but I would assume they are. We're barefoot. I think he wanted to get out of his car. Unless he absolutely has to. It's like, that dude is up here. He made it. He's still making it. So I'll leave him be. That where he was sitting right there too is the entrance to the barn, the plow trucks. I'm glad I was able to film this too, because it's 20 degrees up here. I've always wanted to film it and then kind of didn't want to film it. In other words, like, I always wanted to film it in its glory up here, but I didn't want to come up here where it's in its glory. So I knew one day we'd get it. So here we go, and I'm fine with it actually. You just got to keep it on the highway, which should be fairly easy. These embankments, you can see how high they are. I mean, until we're on the median line there. This mountain will separate the boys, the men from the boys. Women from the girls. This will test your ability. In all actuality, the worst part of it is being able to see. I think this is Big Valley. Get ready to go down and to the left. We're probably about a little over halfway through the top of the pass. But once you get up on top, it looks like there's two passes. I think Muddy Pass is the other one, but I thought that was for what am I trying to say? Highway 14 going to Walden. But you have one coming up on. We're getting ready to go down Rabbier's Pass, and then you have the one. That we just climbed up, where that cop pulled over. He was up in front of us. He hit his lights. That right there was the top of the east side. Now there's another one here on the west side. Once you get up here, it's all about driving this. I think this is Big Valley coming up. Turn left and then go down long ways and then to the right. Another pass that I've been on quite a bit. I remember one time I was up here for waste management. I was in hot sulfur and I was going to work in Steamboat to help them over there. So I took our hook truck, F550 Ford 4-wheel drive, and came up here, and it was like just like this. And some trucks had driven off the highway. And I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not in a semi. Here I am. There's Big Valley. So I'll go down here and then it'll go to the right. This car's not doing too bad, or I would pass him. It must be a local Routt County resident from Steamboat or something. They're in a Subaru, so I think they feel you guys feel? You feel okay riding with me behind the wheel? Or do you want to take it? The freight has got to make its date. I mean, it doesn't like have to. There's times when you should shut it down. But there's the West Summit 1 mile. They didn't shut down the pass. Why not? Well, because rabbit ears is always like this in the wintertime. And they know how to keep it open. The people that come up here, there's a fair warning right here. Watch this video. Man, they're getting great snow. I'm so glad. We need it so bad. 21 balmy. Brake check, 1/4 mile. I do wish this guy was behind us, but he's right there. Maybe he could use the turnout up here. Clean his shorts. Let us go right past him. If he gets stupid going down the mountain, we'll have to get around him somehow. Spent the night up here before. I think that the cops that patrol this area here they're hardcore. They work up here all the time, so they're in here in this stuff all the time. When it storms are here, and you wouldn't. A guy coming from Arizona, and he goes, "Oh, I'm transferred to Colorado because I just love it there." And then they put him up here. He's gonna learn real quick one way or the other. He's either gonna quit or he's gonna figure it out. I remember these guys telling me in a steamboat when I was working with them, they were like, "Yeah, we had this guy from Florida move over here transferred from Waste Management because it was so beautiful. He wanted to, because he came here skiing and he wanted to come live over here, so he moved over here, and then he was all running the routes, you know." And he's like, "Oh, so what do you guys do in the wintertime?" "What do you mean?" "Well, for work." "Oh, we just keep rolling." He's like, "What?" "But these are mountains and hills and ski slopes." And like, "Yeah, still got to pick up the trash." He goes, "F that. I'm not gonna." I tailed him out of here and moved back to Florida, I guess. I don't know. To me, it's the beauty, the challenge of it all, you know. And that's another reason I didn't go over Gore Pass and I took Rabbit Ears, is because Rabbit Ears has a reputation for being a bit brutal. I'm about ready for this guy to get out of my way. I got full Jake, number 3. I go to 2. I don't know if we need quite 3. At least you can see all the snow they got up here for the season. And I'm like, I'm glad, of course, that we have that because we need it so bad. But one thing about rabbit ears, it used to always sap the moisture out of the storms. So a storm would come and we're like, yeah, Grand Lake, we're going to get hit with some snow, much needed snow, right on, blah, blah, blah. And then rabbit ears takes it all. I'm like, what? And why you should have your lights on so they can see you. So yeah, if you're a truck driver and you have to come up here through this, don't let it jack you up too bad. It is bad, don't get me wrong, but you can get through it. It's not that big a deal. The other way you could come up is coming from Walcott, Oak Creek. Totally missed this pass, but you still have mountains and highway and snow to deal with. So I'm like, I'll just take the pass. See what those guys over Wind Supply and Steamboat have to say. Well, I didn't think we were going to get a truck today. It's your normal day, isn't it? I think Wendy knew. I think, I don't know, because I was low on hours anyway. I had 9 hours left. This run is 6.5 dry pavement. So you can see, I actually have 5 hours and 9 minutes left to deliver in Steamboat and then go to Grand Junction, which is like 3.5 hours away, and make a delivery there, and then we'll be done. But, and that guy finally got out of our way a bit. You know, I'm sure the people knew the storms were. Other drivers knew the storm was coming. And probably a lot of guys were like, "F that! I'm not going over there." And I was like, "I'll take it. That's a perfect run. Perfect meaning I'll be out of hours. I'm not going to recoup any hours for another day and a half, and so I might as well do a 34. And if I can get there via truck instead of via Jeep, I'm okay with that. If in doubt, use truck ram. You should never, unless you have a mechanical problem, you should not be using your brakes to go downhill. Like an oxymoron. Oh yeah, you got to use brakes going downhill. Yeah, well, not in a semi truck. Washer fluid is going to drive me crazy for a while. I apologize for that. When we get over to Steamboat, I will fill her up with ethyl Fred. He's going, oh, that truck made it. Now, I mean, I could make it up from the bottom to the top, this side, the west side going eastbound, but it is pretty steep. So they have a chain station down there at the bottom. And notice he had his chains on. So we just drove by 2 cops, barefoot, state troopers at that. I'm actually using a little brake right now, just kind of heating, keeping them warm a bit. 7% grade, 4 more miles. You can use them, you just don't want to abuse them, the brakes, that is. He's barefoot, tanker. They say if you can see any asphalt, which you can, see all the dark spots, then you don't have to put chains on a tanker field truck, because sparks, fuel, fire, kaboom. We're doing so good not having to use our wiper blades. Get worried sometimes, these little cars, four-wheelers, they see a truck coming, they dot out in front of it because they don't want to be behind it. See, if you're heavy like this old boy here, you need chains on, and barefoot. He's doing it. We are getting close to civilization again. We only got a 9,000 pound load, so we're light. Add some more brake here. I'm only 1 position, Jake. Let's go to 2. That'll hold us back. Won't need any brake. Go back to 1. See, this boy's got chains on. Yep. On the drives, the very back wheel. We actually don't need our axle interlock anymore. I run that axle interlock when climbing up hills in the snow. 8-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. Couldn't tell if he had chains on or not. I think he did. We only have 1 really good snow tire on our drives, and 7 somewhat snow tires. Wish we had all 8 of our good ones. Hoodie. There's the chain station for eastbound and down. Woo! We are off the mountain. You hear my chains clanking? I don't, because I have them on so tight. That was the 3rd state patrol. Still sitting there. I'm sure he's like, man, If he went up and over and we didn't have to deal with him, in other words, me going off the highway, jamming up the traffic, crashing into somebody, let him be. Start singing the Beatles. Tow truck? Looks like it. You have to pull somebody out of there. I don't know if he's stopped or if he's rolling. I think he's rolling. Could be CDOT. Yeah, I think it's CDOT. Plow truck. That's what it is. Out here they use blowers for their snow removal. These guys are just pushing it, but I'm sure there'll come a point where they're going to use a blower. You can see his wing on the right-hand side, right there where the snow's shooting off. That guy can't pass right there where he did. There's a spot up here earlier. I know where it's at. This driver here knows where it's at. There goes the wing. And you have to keep the wing tip from gouging into the asphalt when you raise and lower it. We are getting close to where I could pass them. Sometimes when I was plowing, I used to have people get right on my butt, and all one would have to do is hit the sander, and I'm amazed at how fast they got away. He's going to do that, really? He's taking my passing lane. I guess I'm not there yet. I think that's what the issue is. We're coming up on the highway to Oak Creek, and that's that one that, it's 131. I kept thinking 113, but it wasn't making sense. 131, it sank, it just got blasted by the plow. Takes you to Walcott. Look at all these people jumping in front. Oak Creek 270, turn left. Looks like a lot of people opted for that route. Oh, see you in a bit. Whew. It is slick outside. I didn't think much of it. Turn that heat down, jeez. So come up here to this intersection right here, about where that car is right there, with the headlights on. Look here. I was slowed down because there was a car in the way, so I slowed down to wait for them, and then they got out of the way, so I kept going. And I turned my steering wheel to the right, and the truck kept going straight. And I took out, you can see there behind the stop sign there, I took out that whole embankment there. Just plowed right into it. And thank God I didn't hit the sign. Otherwise, it probably cost me $500,000, $600,000. Anyway, so I wasn't filming, so I didn't think much of it. And then you turn as soon as I did that, the truck stopped, and I had it already going into reverse, so that when it settled for a second, I could use that little bit of momentum to keep the vehicle moving. So I was actually able to back right out. I thought for sure I impaled that sucker, and it was done. In other words, I was going to need a tow to get out. And alas, she backed right out. And so then I go to climb the hill, and it goes up, and then dog legs to the left as it's going up. And I'm like, man, my tires are traction control kicking in, and I couldn't get my speed up to where I wanted it to be. I was getting there, but just not as fast. But I was able to get around that corner and get up on top. And then I had to wait because they're removing snow, so they had a lot of excavating vehicles up there. Well, dump trucks in the backhoe or bobcat loading them up. Anyway, I got up there, and some dude, the guy told me, he goes, "Oh, a couple hours earlier, there was a truck like yours got stuck on that corner." I go, "Yeah, you can't stop. You have to keep it moving." This is where I wanted to stay if I made it up here last night, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot of parking there. They need to get their plow trucks need to probably play catch up is what the issue is. Anyway, we're leaving Steamboat. They're getting dumped on. Noise. Those guys were like, "I didn't expect to see you today." I go, "Yeah, well, I'm trying to get home to do a 34-hour break, but in order to do that, I have to come and help you guys by giving you your stuff, and then I have to do it in Junction. I have to do all of this stuff so that I can take a break at home, which is what we're going to do." Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's 30 degrees out, and that's the problem. It usually happens in the fall, spring. Well, usually the fall, because you have snowpack amassed, and then the surface gets warm, and it is slick, especially if the sun shines on it. Ooh, grease lightning. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the rabbit ears Pass in all her raging glory of winter. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was talking to the guy I was unloading. We had to wait for a little bit, so we were sitting there BSing, and I go, "Yeah, I was going to go I-70 to Silverthorne and take 9 up Kremling and then come over Rabbit Ears that way." He goes, "Oh, the tunnel messed up?" I go, "Yeah, it turned purple." So I go, I took Rabbit Ears. He goes, "You went over Rabbit Ears in this?" And I go, "Yeah," or Rabbit Ears. I go, "I opted for Berthoud Pass." He goes, "You went over Berthoud Pass in that?" I go, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I wouldn't even do it in this." And he points to like a F-350 pickup truck, 4-wheel drive. I go, "Yeah, it wasn't bad." I go, "The worst part that I had was on the freeway, right before I got off the freeway, jackknifing a bit, kind of to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, got it straightened out, and then good to go." That was a nice recovery too, by the way. It would have been nice if I had it on film, but alas, I didn't. Mixer truck up ahead. Anyway, I go, and then the issue I had after that was I got stuck behind a plow truck, which I should have known better. I go, I thought was nice, but it's actually what makes it worse, traction-wise. As soon as I got into the depth, I was able to get traction. But when you don't have that, I was just spinning my tires. If I had all 8 winter tires, that'd be different, but we don't have that at the moment. Anyway, we'll call this video good for now. Thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. I'm going to do some more filming if we get some weather excitement. Till the next time, enjoy. Peace. Alas, the drawback of mountain winter driving. Follow the leader, and the leader's clueless. Kind of like what we got going on now. See ya!